Morning everyone, so I'm back at Mototechniks, but this time I'm at the Piaggio side and I've got the 457 for the day. Let's get out riding, let's see what we think of it. I'm really looking forward to this one. It's been a long while since I've ridden a little bike, so it should be good. Let's see what happens. Everyone, and what a glorious morning it is. I'm here at Suffolk Water Park, as you can see, very nice, very pretty. I'm here on the Aprilia RS457. I've got it for the day. I was really looking forward to riding this one. I haven't ridden a smaller bike in a long while now. The smallest I've ridden for about 2 years is probably my R6. So I was really looking forward to this. I think it will be a great one to test out on the road, see how we get on a really, really nice day. So a few little things to begin with. I'm not used to not using a clutch anymore. All my bikes have a quick shifter up and down. This one doesn't have either. You can have it added on as an optional extra. The same as you can do the Aprilia app. I have it with my bike on the Tiono. You get the navigation, you get all the dash work with your phone, so you can use your dash to use your music and stuff. You can see who's calling you. I really like it on my Aprilia. It is compatible with this, which is also good. It's a 47 brake horsepower, so it's A2 compatible. What do I think about that? So I don't know physically if there's going to be much of a market for it in the UK. I think I know when I done my bike license and I had my A2 for 2 years, I was gutted that I was restricted for 2 years. It bugged the hell out of me. But I had an ER6F, so nothing spectacular, and even restricted, because I think they were like 71 brake horsepower from the factory, so even restricted, it still had some get up and go. It's still done all right. So the way I'm looking at it is a 457 or an RS660. I think most youngsters personally will go for the RS660 and have it restricted rather than buying this. I know I would back in the day. I'd rather have the 660, restrict it for 2 years, than spending my money on this to only get annoyed and replace it after 2 years after I've upgraded my license. As if you get the 660, it will do you afterwards as well. You can unrestrict it, you can bond, fellow bikers, you can bond with the bike, you've rid it for 2 years, you can unrestrict it, off you go. But I do personally think it might appeal to the elder generation, so slightly older people that are looking to downsize, that just go for a Sunday ride, go and get a cup of coffee, just chilled rides. Their hooligan days are done. They've made it this far without anything major happening to them, and they just want to downgrade a little bit and just go for a Sunday ride, go and enjoy it. So I do think it might appeal to the elderly. I shouldn't say elderly, I really shouldn't, but it's like the older generation. I'm not going to say names because it's probably going to get me in trouble. Yeah, so the other thing is I think it might do better in like the likes of America and stuff. I know when I'm scrolling through Instagram and the reels and that lot, I see a lot of younger ladies on R3s and the ZX400s and stuff on the smaller compatible bikes. So I think it might do well over there. And personally, having been riding most of the brands that are available, Aprilia are just that little bit more nicer, that just that bit of Italian in there. So if you're going to put an R3 next to this, I think this one will do better. You're not going to get the reliability of a Yamaha, of course, but reliability and Aprilia's, it's a load of crap basically. Don't listen to the horror stories. This is the one thing I could say. You look after Aprilia, it will look after you. I've had little issues with my bike, nothing major, and I know a lot of people that have Aprilias and have no issues. My RSV4 hasn't done a single thing wrong. So the reliability, you just have to ignore people's comments and stuff with it, because they're not as bad as what they're made out to be. They are what they are, but you get the nicest Italian bikes you can come across, because I know people are going to say, oh, that's wrong, you should get a Ducati if you want the nicest Italian bike. I do have to agree, but personally, for me, Aprilia is better than Ducati. I know I'm biased, I know I own an Aprilia, but I've ridden Ducatis and they're just two total different types of Italian bikes. But yeah, going back to this one, shall we? As you can see, it's really small. I'm 5'1". I can touch the ground nearly with all my feet on both sides. So that's obviously a bonus if you're smaller. It's very light. Well, I say it's very light. It's actually 175 kilo. And in my eyes, for a 400, that's quite heavy. My 600, so my R6, when that come out of the factory, fully road spec, that was 160 kilo. Obviously it's lighter now, I've got a track spec, there's no lights and stuff in it, but so in my eyes, it's heavy. But when you're riding it, you don't feel it at all. Chucking it into corners, you haven't got the heaviness of it. But it's still 175 kilo, which in my eyes, that is quite heavy. It's got your rider modes, Eco, Sport and Rain. I haven't figured out how to adapt them yet, if you can edit them to your own thing. Like on my one, I can go into it, I can change the settings, I can tweak it a little bit. I haven't figured out how to do that on this yet. I will get round to it at some point today. It's got all the trips, got all your normal stuff. I think it's going to be a good bike. I'm really looking forward to going and hitting the twisties on it, see how light and flickable it is. I think it will make me giggle from all the time I'm riding. I think I'm going to laugh a lot. Yeah, what else can I say? It's an Aprilia. I already like it. I'm biased. So let's go for a ride, shall we? See how we get on with it. Yeah, carry on watching. Let's go for a ride. Shall we go? Let's do some riding. I'm sweating. It's so warm today. It's made a refreshing change, but make sure that one is recording and we're good to go. You'll have to excuse this mic wire. So on my last video I used the Ace Pro, which I'm recording on with my chin, which is the video that you'll be watching, but I connected it to my headset, which is a great feature, it works well, but my sound come out a little bit muffled. And I haven't been able to order a mic adapter for the Ace Pro just yet, so what I'm doing is I've got the X2 recording with the mic on, and then I'm going to import the sound of that video, so the mic video, over to the Ace Pro video just so you've got some clear voice. Let's get back to the bike, shall we? We are on the Aprilia. I went to downshift then without a clutch. I'm not used to downshifting with no clutch, so it's probably gonna be biased from me because I love Aprilia, but I also know what I like and what I don't like, so if there's gonna be an issue I will find it. The rev gauge is already going nuts at me, so I'm not used to riding smaller bikes. Like I said in that video, I haven't ridden a smaller bike in a long while. The smallest one I've ridden for quite a bit is my R6, but going by brake horsepower would probably be the MT09 that I done a few weeks ago. So yeah, saying that, on Friday I've got to take my mum's bike for a MOT. So yeah, as you can see, I'm having to use the clutch. I'm not, like I said in the video, I'm not used to not using a clutch. Did I word that right? I'm used to not using one because I have the up and down blipper. You can have it added onto this though. Like you can the RS660, so you can have it added onto the bike. Cut that hedge back a little bit, we'd be able to see. So that don't happen. Even using the clutch. Woo! The box is really nice and smooth. But some bikes, even when you like using the clutch, it can still be a little bit clunky. But I have to say this one is nice so far.
If it will let me do it. Oh, it does. So riding along. So far I've done 18 miles on it. All that speed. That was on a private bit of road, I promise. It's currently 71.3 miles to the gallon. I don't believe it. I really don't believe it. So yeah, it just switches across different modes is another one. So 14.2 volts in the battery. The engine's currently running at 85 degrees. It's currently 24 degrees outside. The clock is wrong. Well, it's right. It's just 12 hours early. The next service is due in 520 miles. So it is good. It does tell you everything that you need it to tell you. And then obviously your dash. I'll go back. Let me just get in this junction and I'll go back to that other dash so you can see that too. That's more of a race dash. I think it's got the lap times at the bottom. Let's flicker in here and then I'll show you all. So yeah, so there you go. It's got the race dash on it as well. I think there's another race dash like the proper Aprilia dash. I'll have to look into it, but obviously you've got your top speed and stuff, but then you've got your lap times on it. Your best lap and stuff, so you've got a lap timer on it too. I assume that is to press the mode button or the start button at the start finish line where you want to start your lap from, basically. I will work that one out for you. Oh no, I just put the lights on high beam and it started the lap. So we're doing a lap right now of Suffolk. But obviously that's how you start it then. I just tweak the lights. Let's tweak it again. There you go, I've set a lap. So your high beam bit there will do the lap times. There you go, just like that. So you're just flashing people. That's quite a nice feature, I quite like that. I need to turn it off because I'm still doing a lap of Suffolk. I reckon if I just go back to my normal dash, there we go. Found on this particular run because that camera won't keep recording, it just keeps stopping. Bloody annoying. I will get a mic adapter, I'm going to have to, because the sound quality you're now going to have isn't going to be ideal and it's going to be muffled. But we're starting out. We'll get there. It's all new to me. brakes feel quite good as well. For a little bike, they don't need honking great Brembos that I've got on my Tiano. But definitely a nice brake. It'll haul you up if you need it to. So I can say at high speed it's a little vibey. Nothing dramatic, but it is just a little vibey. Woo! Go! She twisted and shaked over that.
It's a lovely smooth gearbox. Some gearboxes, when you haven't got the up and down flipper, it's still quite clunky, but there's nothing to this. It's lovely and smooth. It's quite nice being able to paddle a bike with both feet on the ground, because normally I'm only one-footed on any bike that I ride, so it's quite makes a change.
I said in the first video at the beginning of this, I wasn't entirely sure there was going to be a market for it with the youngsters, because they're just going to buy a 660, aren't they? But if you're going, I don't know, riding around London or to and from work, you just want a little bike just to get you from A to B with it. This is a cracking little one for the job. There's a few niggly bits. I think it would be great for thingy, and maybe people that are still learning a bit, not got much confidence sort of thing. I think it will be to them as someone, I don't know, maybe someone like in my situation that's got ill health but still wants to ride but can't cope with a big heavy bike. Need something just a little bit lighter, a little bit nimble, a little bit thickable, because my God, is it thickable. I think that might appeal to people as well, to be fair. Get a good rider on a little bike, they will give any big bike a run for its money. But I know when I go out on my Tiano, 180 brakes with a can on, it's a grunty bike, and my mate Berkey, Berkey41, make sure you drop him a follow on Instagram, and he's on YouTube too. He has a little RS457, a little two-stroke, and through the little twisties and stuff, I tell you what, he can work it, he can make that work. So little bikes will give big bikes a run for its money.
So here we are, back at Mototechniks. There's my girlie waiting for me now. Yeah, it's been a really good ride actually, and I'm back at Techniks, as you can tell. Great little bike. Give one a try if you're on an A2 licence.